friends, Lorelei Black here. I did not disappear off the face of the internet. I know some of you were worried about that, and I thank you so much for your concern. This particular video is just going to be like a little bit of extra bonus content for the week because I wanted to share with you some of the things that have been going on in my world that have kept me away from not Facebook. I don't care about being away from Facebook. That have kept me away from YouTube for like 3 months. I suck. So I don't suck. I've just been really busy. Most of you that have been following the channel for a while, and especially if you've been following closely, you know that I had surgery back in April, and I've had a lot of like ups and downs with that. There was like physical therapy involved, and I just got released from physical therapy a couple weeks ago. Doing much better, thanks. Still having like the hot flashes and like trying to figure out this whole menopause, perimenopause, what's happening with my body kinds of stuff. But I've gotten my mood figured out a little bit more, at least on like a tolerable level, so that's good. So my witchy friends, one of the other big considerations has been that I have been busy with my business, which I should probably clarify because I have more than one of those. I have like this whole realm of witchy business stuff that I do, the Etsy shop, the Patreon, the publishing house, the writing articles for Evoke. Like it's mostly about content creation and that kind of thing, but I have all of this witchy stuff that I do YouTube over here. And then I also have like a disability services agency that I run here in the state where I live. And it is easily a 40-hour-a-week job, sometimes more, sometimes less. It keeps me very busy. And especially right now, work has been cracking. Release the Kraken! It's been good, but busy. And I have struggled to find sort of the day job witchy content posting balance, but I have been doing so much witchy content creation, and I kind of want to give you a little insight into what that's been looking like for me really this year. So at the very beginning of the year in January, I released this massive book. It's big. It's big and it's full of lessons. There are weekly lessons in here. This is the year 1 course manual for the Red Thread Academy. It has like the weight of esoteric knowledge. And basically the first almost half of the book is a year's worth of lessons broken into weekly lessons to walk a person through the first year and a day of curriculum in my witchcraft tradition. The second half of the book are Book of Shadows pages that support those lessons. So they're like extra information, pretty versions of the other information, things that you can use in ritual, that kind of thing. I had written a lot of this previous to this year, but I reformatted all of it at the beginning of this year to make it available in a nice book form. And that was a project. And I have to say I'm like super proud of this. And very, very pleased with it because it's a way for me to transmit the teachings of my tradition without necessarily being locally in the same place with folks that are interested. And we've got a little community around it online, and it's wonderful. I love it. Then in February, I released this book, which is a slim little volume, but it's been a long time in the making, and it was challenging to put together in some ways because it is a divination system that I midwifed, I guess is probably the best way to say it. I don't feel like I created it. I feel like Aphrodite did, but she told me what to write and then I had to write it all down. So I've been working on this book for probably 13 years, and it's a very small book for 13 years worth of information. However, this is another one that I'm quite proud of and pleased with, and I'm hoping that I can get my marketing game together a little bit more and actually get this out in the hands of some people. One of the things that I'm doing on my Etsy shop for folks that are interested is signing the thing. I was friends with Donald Michael Craig when he was still living, and one of the things that he used to say was, and if you want, I'll decrease the value of your book by writing my name in it. So if you want, I too will write my name in your copy of this book. And I'm including some, like the 16 cowrie shells to actually make this like a proper divination set on my Etsy shop. Now, if you go onto Amazon, you can just buy the book by itself. If you go into my Etsy shop, book and shells. And then, my friends, there is the most recent round of writing explosion that I've been doing, which is revising this book, The Witch's Key to the Legion, A Guide to Solomonic Sorcery. My ex-wife and I undertook the research that initially formed this book. We started doing readings and workings with the Goetic spirits a decade ago. Basically, it was back in 2011. And then I took those workings and did some additional research and wrote this book with some amazing artwork by my friend Jonathan Blackthorne. You should definitely check out the new revised and expanded edition, which is what I've been working on for a good portion of this year. It's another one that, like, it got thick. This book is about quadruple the size of this book. Every single one of the spirits got an update because I've been continuing to work with them in the last decade, right? But also because some of the feedback that I had received when I first released this book, I was very excited to release it, but I maybe jumped the gun a little bit and I didn't provide some resources that really would have been helpful for people that don't already have a conjuration practice. So this particular volume, the revised and expanded edition, which is now the only one that's available, and it is available on Amazon, and you can get signed copies in my Etsy shop. It has slightly updated versions of the essays that accompanied this book that were in here, but it also has an entire section that is basically a grimoire that I've called The Conjurer's Craft, and it walks through an entire conjuration ritual from beginning to end. If you don't already have things in place that you know how to do to conjure spirits, protect yourself in the process, get rid of unwanted spirits, etc., everything you need to know is in here, including descriptions of the tools, how they're used, and again, some like Book of Shadows style pages that you can just go straight to for your ritual practice, so you don't have to write something out, piece it together. It's all just right here. And the spirits, like I said, got updated. So part of what I did was I still included Jonathan Blackthorne's amazing artwork. He contributed about 10 pieces to this book, including the artwork for the cover. But there are other pieces throughout as well. His work is still in there, but I've really expanded what's going on with the actual description. So I provide some quick reference material at the beginning, including, you know, the number that the spirit is in the Legion, what their rank is, some of the associations, if those are made explicit, areas of influence, and then grimoires, other grimoires which mention them besides the Lesser Key of Solomon, the Ars Goetia. So some of these spirits are mentioned in lots of grimoires, like, for instance, Baal. He's in everything. Like, everything. When that everything is part of the public domain, I included it here too. So, for instance, if they get mentioned in the Book of Oberon, the Pseudomonarchia Daemonum, the Dictionnaire Infernal, the Grimorum Verum, I've included that text in here. And then, one of the really cool things, I think, about this particular work is that it's called The Witch's Key because it's called The Witch's Key for a couple of reasons. One is because Claviculus Solomonis means the Key of Solomon. But this isn't Solomon's key. This is a witch's key to unlock access to these spirits. And so all of the spirits have additional information that was unlocked using my methods, by me alone, by me with a partner, or by me with my coven. And then sometimes there's like classic art that would be from the Dictionnaire Infernal. That's where we see a lot of those classic art pieces, is actually from that work. And then I did things like make photo collages for some of the other spirits that we don't necessarily have good artwork for, or that I didn't have great artwork for. Some of the photo collages are probably not great artwork either in the true art sense, but they are there to give you an understanding of the spirit's energy and to give folks that have a hard time visualizing something that they can visualize or conceptualize about that spirit. This book just got released on October 20th, so I'm really interested in getting feedback on it, getting reviews, that kind of stuff. And it's not my last one of the year. This is year 1, but year 2 has to be out before January so that students have access to it if they started in January of last year. So I am hot and heavy in the throes of writing the year 2 book for the Red Thread Academy. And I am also hot and heavy in the throes of writing the second book in the Witch's Rune novel series. So you'll notice that says Delilah Temple. I am Delilah Temple. It is a pseudonym. Shh, it's a secret. If you like really smutty, and I mean like steam that makes the paint peel off the walls smutty, then you might like this book. If you like that in combination with witchcraft themes and actual descriptions of like real magic, you're probably going to like this book. And I am working on getting Darksome Night and Shining Moon, which will be the second book in the series for Witch's Rune. So I'm hoping to have 5 books that I've published this year, which is a little crazy. It's a little insane. I'm okay with that. It has put a damper on this content creation for a hot minute, but I'm back to it. I'm gonna be back to it. I'm not gonna let you down, my friends. I'm gonna have great videos for you. We're gonna do it. Is there anything else? I mean, there's other stuff going on, but that's the content that I've been making. So I highly recommend that you check it out. Give me feedback. Let me know what you think. There's more coming. There's more in the pipeline. I don't know how to stop myself. So all of the books that I shared with you are available on Amazon. They're also available, almost all of them are available as PDF downloads in my Etsy shop if you are more of a digital reader. And they are now also available signed copies in my Etsy shop if you would like me to write my name in your book. I think that's all I got. Thus endeth the update. I will see you here again next week. Go ahead and click like because it will mess with my algorithm if you don't. The things we don't say. I said it. Thanks, friends. Bye.